Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Forgive me if I seem a little confused. I am actually filming quite a few videos, kind of all at the same time today. Please excuse the scratch on my nose from my toddler. And the fact that I'm not all fancy. I've given up on the thought of getting fancy. And I've got a nice little spot come up there, what a day. Happy first day of mat leave. Yeah, I've given up trying to get all fancy. And I promise you honesty and realness on this channel. So here we are. You've got me fresh faced, looking rough, and filming multiple videos and actually getting a little bit confused. But welcome to the video. This is my 35/36 week pregnancy update. So it will span over 2 weeks because of all my appointments, but I'll put them all in one video. So today I have my midwife appointment in literally 40 minutes, so I should probably start getting ready to go for that. She won't care about what I look like, so I'm not putting makeup on or anything for it. It's only at my doctor's surgery, which is around the corner, so perfectly fine. I've just sat down because I've done quite a lot in Tommy's bedroom this morning, which you will see in another video of my first week of mat leave video. I've done quite a lot and I hadn't felt the baby move in a little while, so I've sat down with a cold drink and he has started moving a little bit, bless him. So I thought, that's probably a sign that I need to sit down for a minute. So I have. So yeah, I've got my midwife appointment today. Inevitably, I'm assuming she's going to send me for a growth scan because she has for the last 2 appointments. Which I'm assuming will probably be tomorrow. And then tomorrow I have an appointment with my birth trauma midwife at my local hospital. So I've got that at 1 o'clock. So hopefully if they do send me for a growth scan, I'll try and get it around that appointment time as well, so that I'm just at the hospital once but for 2 things. And then next week I've got my consultant appointment because last time I had a consultant appointment, he was breech, so she wanted to see me again in 4 weeks to check if he was still breech. But I've had a growth scan between that which showed that he's turned and he's very much head down. And I'm assuming if I go for a growth scan tomorrow, they will confirm if he's still head down. Putting a lot on having a growth scan tomorrow, really. She won't even send me for one. But yeah, that's sort of today's thing. Well, appointment. It's just a midwife appointment. Not really sure what this one entails. I've got a feeling it might be to go through my birth plan, but I'm not sure. So I have got it and I've written it and I'm going to take it with me. And then if she wants to go through it, we will. Mine will obviously be a little bit different to maybe other people's because I've put quite a lot in about what I find quite triggering about what happened with Tommy, and rooms I don't want to be in and places I don't want to necessarily go, which I know you can't help. But obviously I've put them on there because of that. Maybe I'll talk through it more in this video, like my birth plan, just to include it. Let's see if that's what I'm doing in that appointment, and if I do, then maybe I'll come back and go through it with you. But yeah, that's today's plan for appointments anyway. And then I'm filming a few videos today, like I said, that's why I'm getting so confused. That scratch from Tommy is literally a joke. What is that? So when I get back, I'm going to clean up my living room because it's an absolute state. Just full of toys. It needs cleaning, dusting, everything. I need to put his cars away. I've got a delivery. I'd never be a weather woman, would I? Delivery there that I need to put away. Got deliveries in the hallway that need to go away. I've still got baby shower bits over there that need to go upstairs. So I'm going to give this room a really big clean and tidy, And then I'm going to bring down like the Moses basket and the bits that will be in the living room for the baby. Firstly, to obviously clear out some room in the nursery so that I can do some more in the nursery, and kind of think Tommy needs to get used to like this. He still plays in here and he still absolutely will play in here, but he just needs to get used to seeing the baby stuff in here, which we've kind of limited. We've only really ever had that, no, bad weather woman again, that Mamaroo chair in here for the longest. So I think I'm going to put the Moses basket like next to it, and that's going to be like the baby corner. But I will film a separate nesting video for that as part of my nesting series. So that will bring that stuff down. I probably should be carrying down the Moses basket, but we'll move. Adam will tell me off later. But first, yeah, I need to clean and tidy up in here. Really need to get my dad to clean my TV because he's very good at stuff like that. So maybe when they've got Tommy here next week because I've got a hospital appointment and Adam's going to come with me. Oh, that's Tommy. And Tommy update from my parents. They're at Soft Play, so I'll look at that in a minute. Yeah, they've got him here next week for my hospital appointment. So I might get him to clean my TV then. So yeah, better ask him that because he doesn't watch my videos. How rude. So yeah, that's kind of the plan today for like a pregnancy update. Like I said, I am filming other videos, so if you are interested, obviously subscribe to my channel. I don't usually do the whole subscription like beg thing in my pregnancy updates because they can be quite serious. But yeah, I've got quite a lot of content coming, so we'll have like my first week of mat leave vlog, some nesting, I'll have some Vinted ones coming. I've got another, like, I bought from one seller on Vinted and got quite a lot of really good stuff, so I'm going to do a video on that. What else am I going to do? I have a list. There's just lots coming. And there's obviously this pregnancy update, so if that is your kind of thing, obviously please do go and give me a subscribe. I'd be very, very grateful. But I probably need to go and do my wee sample because I haven't done one yet. Get ready to go, get to the doctor's, get in the waiting room and wait for my appointment, and then get back to start the living room. So I will catch up with you guys probably as soon as I'm back. I'm not even sure I'm going to take my camera with me. But I will catch up with you as soon as I'm back. Let you know how it went, whether I'm going for a growth scan or not, and any updates she's given me. So I will catch up with you guys in a bit. Bye. Hi guys, so finally back. Okay, well I finally got back a little while ago, but it's 1:45, and I've just sat back down. I've just had some lunch. But yeah, I went to my midwife appointment, and then, well, that was a palaver in itself. Quick update, she hadn't put me on the list, but it was in my book. So I had to like fit in between other people's appointments, which was a bit annoying. So I was like 25 minutes late technically for that. Then went in, she'd kind of discussed my birth plan, but not really like in any depth. It was just more, you can go in, you can have this. If you get to 37 weeks, you'll be low risk. Just things like that. So it wasn't really in detail. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed about that. So at some point in this video, I'll probably discuss my birth plan with you. Then apparently in Bedford, they are now running like trial that all women will now be screened for, is it group strep B or group B strep, or I don't know. So she asked if I wanted to do that, and I said yes. And then she told me what you had to do. Now again, like to be real on this channel and honest. So you have to do a swab, in your ninny, which I've had to do multiple times because of being at risk for preterm labour, so that was fine. But then she was like, yeah, and once you've done that, you have to like swab your bum, which, let me tell you, not fun. But I done it. So apparently they're running a trial and they're screening like all women from like 35, 36, 37 weeks, depending on where your appointment falls, to see if they carry it and things like that. And they're going to obviously look into the results and see that obviously do the amount of babies that require like the antibiotics, if they catch it, go down, blah, blah, blah. So I've done that anyway. She listened in at his heartbeat, which was fine. She didn't measure me because apparently because I've had a growth scan in the last 2 weeks and it was fine. She doesn't have to measure me. So that was fine. But then she asked about his movements, and obviously I've been like busy this morning doing jobs and I hadn't really noticed him moved. And then when I sat down and was like, come on, like move, he didn't move as much as I kind of wanted to. So I just mentioned that to her. I wasn't really concerned because he tends to do that. Like when I'm busy, I don't feel him move. But she called up, got me checked into triage, so I had to go straight there. So yeah, had to do that, which was fun. So I had to go straight from my doctor's straight to the hospital, be hooked up to a CTG machine. I was the only one there, so it was fine. But yeah, it was all fine. He still hasn't like moved a lot, but all his traces were good. My pulse was fine. So yeah, I'm not really too concerned. If he's usually more active at night time rather than daytime, so if he is like really quiet tonight, then I might ring them again and just say hasn't really got any better. But I'm not really too concerned. Like he'll move when he wants to move, and his heartbeat was all fine. He's had a couple of little wiggles. He's just not as like active as like every day. That was my stomach making that noise. So yeah, I'm a bit later back now. My job list is probably not going to be as productive as it was going to have been. But yeah, I'm back now. I'm going to start cleaning the living room because that was the next job on my list. So I'm going to do that. And then maybe I'll have to leave my filming till tomorrow, like for my sit down videos. Maybe when my in-laws have Tommy. Adam's working from home and I don't really like talking when he's here, but maybe I'll just tell him to put his headphones on or something. I've just got to get used to it really, haven't I? But yeah. But the important thing is to get this room a bit cleaner and a bit tidier and get some bits sorted. So I'm going to go get my tripod, set it up and just crack on really. But yeah, that's all I've really got to update you on my pregnancy update for today. No growth scan. So I haven't got a growth scan tomorrow. Probably should update that on my Instagram in a minute because I put a little poll out. But yeah, all fine. So yeah, it's just taken a couple of hours out of my day that I didn't really need to be taken, but we move. So I will see you guys tomorrow when I'm going for my Ocean appointment at neonatal. That'll probably be a bit more of an emotional one, but you know, we move. So yeah, I will catch up with you guys in a bit, and I'm going to go and set my tripod up to film for my other video, which is my first week of mat leave like video. Probably should include a little bit about this, but anyways, we move. I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Hi guys, sorry it's so that the sun is a joke right now, like literally. I hope you can see me. I think you can see me, but the sun is like weird. I've just parked up at the hospital, so this is like the next instalment of my pregnancy update, because I've been filming so many videos over the last 2 days, I've actually kind of lost where I am. But you are joining me on my next bit of my pregnancy update. This is like part 2. So today I've got a visit with my birth trauma midwife, and we are going to neonatal, which obviously, as we know, didn't go so well last time. I'll link that video down below if you want to either refresh yourself or you haven't seen it. Yeah, it didn't go the best, but I was not as pregnant as I am now. I wasn't even near like 31 weeks when I done that. So that's kind of what today's about. So today I'm going to try again, and we're doing it differently. So when we went the first time, sorry, I'm talking really quickly because I have to go in a minute. When I went the first time, they kind of like gave us a tour, and that's not really what I needed. Like, I'd been there for a month. Like, I knew how it worked. Like, I know it's been 2 years, but I know how it works. I know what it looks like. I know where things are. I kind of needed to like almost not sit, because I don't need to sit by other people's babies. That's just weird. And I'm sure they won't appreciate that. But I just kind of needed to be there and soak it in a bit more to try and deal with the trauma of it for me, I think. So yeah, that's kind of what today's about, because she was talking to me on like the last time with like the tour, and then I could hear all the monitors going off, and that really really triggered me. So today is more about like taking it in a bit more and like really dealing with my feelings towards it. And hopefully, like I said, I'm never going to be able to close the premature neonatal book. Obviously, it's always going to be something I deal with like daily, and you know, it is what it is. I'm never going to get rid of that. But to go there today at like 30, I'm 36 weeks today actually. So to go at 36 weeks, being a week off full term, will hopefully allow me to sort of just maybe get a bit of closure. I don't really know if closure is the right word, but just get some relief maybe. Like, this is the most pregnant I've ever been, and like this time with Tommy, he was already home, like, which blows my mind. Like, literally, he was home. Like, that's just mental. And I've still got a baby like tucked up cooking away nicely in me, which just, honestly, it just blows my mind. But yeah, I'm gonna go in now. My appointment's at 1 and it's 10:02, and I want to get a drink and quickly go for a wee, because you need to wee all the time. So yeah, wish me luck. I'm gonna try not to come back on and be like a crying mess. I'm gonna do my best, but it's okay if I do. It's okay, because I need to deal with the feelings. And also, just because parking at... Bear with me. Adam ringing me. But just very quickly, before I go in, there was this lovely man. Well, when I left, I was like to Adam, I was like, do you want to pay for today? Because I've like paid for yesterday and the last few, and it's really expensive at Bedford. I'm sure it's expensive at any hospital. But I was like, and he was like, no, you can pay. I was like, all right. Fine then. And then I've just parked up, and I was reversing out to like straighten up, and this man just came over and he was like, do you want my ticket? Because it's I've got till 10 to 5. I was like, oh, honestly, he actually makes me want to cry. And I was like, thank you so much. And he was like, oh, it's my pleasure, you have a great day. And I was just like, oh, stop. Honestly, I can't cope with nice people. So I now don't have to pay for parking today, which I'm absolutely buzzing about, and hopefully I shouldn't be in there till 10 to 5. If I am, there's a problem. But I can give that to someone else when I leave as well. So I'm gonna go. There is a parking woman coming round, so she won't give me a ticket, so because it's already there. But I need to go in because it's 12:51. My appointment's at 1, and I really need a wee and a drink. So I'm gonna go, and I'll catch up with you guys when I'm done. god, it's still sunny as, but you can see me, I think. Yeah, you can see me, it's fine. So I just got back from the hospital, my neonatal appointment. It went quite well. I'm not having a breakdown sat on my drive like I was last time. So yeah, overall I feel like it was quite positive. Like I had a little bit of apprehension going in. Like, we sat in a room first and I had a chat about how I was feeling, and then we went up in the lift and went in, and it felt different this time. So yeah, it's just weird. I was saying to I always want to call her my therapist, but I don't think she is my therapist, but my birth trauma midwife. I was like, it was really weird. Like, the beeps didn't affect me as much. Like, I could still hear them, and I remember, like, they took me back. But I remember, like, there was a room that Tommy had been in that was empty, so we, like, looked at it and stood in it. And it's so weird, like, I could actually picture everything in that room again, like how it was set up for us. And like, I looked at the time and I was like, oh, I'd have been going to have lunch at this time, because his cares would have been at 2 o'clock, so you know, I would have gone and had lunch. And I could just vividly really remember it this time, whereas last time I went I probably couldn't have done that. So that was really weird, but good, I think, because I wouldn't usually have let my mind go there, so clearly my mind felt comfortable enough to let me go there. And I saw the two nurses that looked after Tommy, they were both there, which just made me so happy. And I was chatting to them and I was like, oh, this is him now. And you know, like, we just spoke about like my experience, and they said like, what was traumatic for you? And I sort of explained it, and you know, a lot of it was the fact I didn't deal with it whilst I was in it. I sort of dealt with it after the fact, whereas I would probably recommend anyone on here, as hard as you think it might be, to try and deal with it whilst you're in it, because it's really, really damaging when you like deal with it a year later, as you can see. But yeah, I feel quite positive coming out of it. It's really weird. Like, last time I was like full on breaking down and like sobbing, and I don't know whether that's because obviously I'm more pregnant than I was when I went last time, and I'm closer to full term than I've ever been. And obviously we're not even like near the 31-week mark. So I think it was really positive for that. Like I said earlier in the clip before this, I'm never going to close that book because it's such a big chapter of my life, and I don't think I'll ever be able to close it. Not even because if I didn't want to, or I did want to, or whatever. You do get reminded, like the health visitor coming the other day, well, we're only coming out because you've had a premature baby. So even if I wanted to forget about it, it's always going to be reminded to me. So, and it's part of my life that when he grows up, I will explain what happened to him and make sure like he understands. So yeah, I'm not closing the book, but I do feel quite positive to sort of round the story off. I don't know. It's really weird to try and explain to you. But yeah, that was positive. And hopefully I don't have to ever go back there again. Like, fingers crossed. But seeing the parents, like, it was so busy in there. And there were so many parents. And literally, it just made my heart hurt. Like, if I could have stayed there all afternoon just to talk to these parents, I absolutely would have. Like, because I think you need someone, and I think that's especially what I missed. when we were going through it. I didn't have anyone that knew what I was going through, and there wasn't anyone in there that, like, okay, there were other mums in there, but because of like COVID, people were just like weird and no one really wanted to socialise with each other. I didn't really care about COVID, but that's a whole other story. But it was just really like segregated, and yeah, it wasn't a nice experience when I was in there, but yeah, it's just an odd one. Like, I'd love to sit with these families and just be like, I know exactly what you're going through. This is normal. This is how, like, I dealt with it, or this is what, like, I would just love to sit there and talk to them, because I think they need someone to know what they're going through is normal, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't need anyone, but it's definitely made me think, like, is it something I'd maybe want to look into or not? But yeah, I don't know. Let's have this baby first before I decide if I like want a complete career change. But yeah, I do think it'd be something worth looking into. And then we went back downstairs afterwards and had like a chat about it, and she said, like, visually I seemed more at ease. Like, last time she could see like all the beeps were affecting me and things like that, like, whereas this time I saw a baby on like the photosensitive light for jaundice, and like that like pulled at my heartstrings a bit, and I kept like looking, and I was like, oh god, I remember Tommy on that. And then a dad came in with a chair because they were going home, and well, that just nearly sent me over the edge, and I was like, oh my god. But even like as he was going in, I wanted to shake him and be like, it's not over, you're taking them home, but it's not over, I promise, there's so much more to come. But yeah, so we talked about like how I was feeling, and I said, you know, it was actually quite a positive experience this time. And then I discussed with her that obviously now I've got kind of that anxiety out of the way. Maybe I've got a new set of anxieties, which obviously I never experienced last time because of him being born early and he'd already been home by this gestation. But like, obviously I'm worried that something can still go wrong, but that's beyond my control. You know, worrying about it isn't going to change that. And also worrying that, you know, I might not get that dream birth I've always planned on having. You know, I want a water birth, and I want, you know, no pain relief. Don't know why I'm making myself do that. You know, I think my control was so stripped out of me with Tommy that I feel like this time I want all of the control, and again I might lose it again, and that's what I'm not sure about how I would deal with it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm a bit like anxious about that. So we talked about that, and I just said, you know, that's where I'm at in my head really. But we've got another catch up, when I'm 38 weeks. That's just over Teams. And then I think I'll have another catch up with her after I've had him, which is just mad. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the roundup. Nice little 10-minute roundup for you. But I'm going to go in because I'm really hot. It's really warm today, and I'm just sat in my car, and I'm going to go and have a snack because I'm a little bit hungry, and get a cold drink because I'm a bit thirsty. And yeah, I'm just going to go in, chill out a bit. But I'm really pleased it was more positive this time. Like, I full on expected actually to come out like really upset again, and I'm so happy that I've come out and it feels more positive. So yeah, that's all I can hope for really. But I mean, I'm not ending the video here because I've still got an appointment next week. But if anyone wants to discuss like the premature side of things, or you're going through it or anything, please contact me via my socials down below. My Instagram's down below, so please just drop me a message. I'm happy to talk to anyone about it. Or if anyone just has any questions about like literally what I'm talking about, then please obviously drop me a comment or whatever, and I'll be happy to talk about it, because I don't think it gets talked about enough. And that was the whole sort of basis of my like pregnancy updates, because I want to like obviously be really honest with you about how I am feeling and what you do go through having a premature baby. So yeah, do contact me if you want to chat. But yeah, I'm gonna go in, have a snack and a cold drink, and then I will catch up with you guys in this video, but next week, when I have my consultant appointment, which is to check whether he's breech. I don't think he is, because he was in my last consultant appointment, but I've had a growth scan since then, and he was head down. And I've had 2 other appointments, not with scans, where they felt around me and they said he's head down. So I think he's head down, I think we're fine, but I'm still going to go to the appointment. So I will catch up with you in the next clip. Bye. Hi guys, thought I'd do a really quick catch up with you. I've just parked up because I'm going to the doctors. Not my normal doctors actually. They have like 2 doctors that I can go to. I usually go to the one really close to me, but this time the overspill of like the appointments has gone to the different doctors, so I've gone there. It's just for like a mark on my skin. I'm not too bothered by it. I don't think it is anything, but Adam wants me to go and get it checked, so I'm gonna go do that. But I thought I'd just give you a quick update. I didn't film this morning because I was with Adam and we had our consultant appointment at the hospital to find out if baby boy was breech or head down. And we were just together, so I just didn't feel right like whacking the camera out, and I can't whack it out in the hospital anyway because people are there. So anyways, but good news, he is head down, which is amazing. So I am fully discharged from being consultant led, and I am now officially low risk, which is just like the best news ever. I wish I had more energy to celebrate, but obviously I don't. But it really is like the best news we could have gotten, really. So yeah, she was like, we'll see you again when you're here to have your baby, and I was like, oh okay. Which was really weird. It just felt weird being able to like leave and like not have to make an appointment or worry about stuff. So yeah, that's like really good news. So yeah, I'm officially a low risk pregnancy, which is just mad. And I'm 37 weeks now, which is again just mental. So I know I've called this like my 36 week update, but like this is I literally turned 37 weeks. So yeah, I'm just going to keep it as the 36 week update. Or maybe I'll just call it 36 week update, who knows. But yeah, I just thought I'd pop on and finish this video with the best news. So we're really, really chuffed about that. Obviously, yeah, now it's just a case of going in to have him. So if I'm classed as low risk, it just means I can have like, I mean, obviously it depends what's available, but it means like I don't have to like not have certain births. So if I like wanted a water birth, for example, which I do, it means I can now have one because I'm not classed as high risk. Because the only thing that was high risk about me was that he would come prematurely. So because that's not happening, I'm back down to low risk. But anyways, I'm gonna have to shoot because this car park is so busy. Like, it's literally taking me 10 minutes just to find this one space, and people can see me in my car and they're looking, and I've got my appointment in like 5 minutes, so I'm gonna shoot in and go and get myself checked out. Like I said, I think it'll be nothing. And now there's someone in the car next to me, which is, then he's looking at me, so it's so weird. But I'm gonna go. If you did enjoy this video, please do consider subscribing, and obviously I hope you enjoyed a little update and my little good news ending update. And yeah, if you did like it, I hope to see you in my next video. Consider subscribing and we'll catch up soon. Bye guys.